Hello and welcome to this video. Today is part 2 of the Money Tales. I realized I kept calling it the Money Chat series in the previous video. The Money Tales series for the month of August. This is part 2. And honestly, I know in the previous video I was talking about how like sometimes life is just hard. Like you're doing the best you can. Sometimes you're stuck in, you know, a bad financial situation where you're in survival mode and you're just, making it paycheck to paycheck or gig to gig or whatever it is that you're doing to make money to just, stay afloat. But today's video, as you can tell from the title, I'm actually not sure what title I'm going to use, but I know what I'm going to talk about today. And I can even use this premise. So literally today, but yeah, like my friend will know who I'm talking about when she watches this or listens to this. But we were chatting about like just like my YouTube channel and all these sit down videos, and we had a good laugh because I was like, I realized that sometimes because I truly believe in myself, I may project myself as someone who is seemingly successful. Like I do just fine, but I'm not. I don't know, like someone who's making decisions in my company. Like I'm not a decision maker, like I'm a doer. I'm a doer. I don't make the most money, but I make enough to live a cute little comfortable life. So we had a good laugh and she was like, no, it's okay. You identify as rich. And that's true. Like that's me, you guys. Like I am that person. And that's what and that's what today's video is about. Like honestly, like I have been, you know, a person in the past who had no disposable income, no savings, even okay, later on in life I could have saved, I could have done better with my money, but I was once in a position where, like I mentioned in part one, like some like it's difficult. Like sometimes all you have is enough for like your rent and your utilities and food, and that's it. Like you don't have anything extra to better yourself, to invest, to just do more. Yeah. But while I was in that situation, I still liked to dream big. Like I've always been a very, very delusional person. So that even by the time, I got to a point where I was making a little bit more. I know in the last video I said I made a lot more. Okay, it was significantly more. But it was like I wasn't like wealthy status. Like it wasn't generational wealthy. No. Like it was a very, very like just, like okay, it was okay. Let me not ramble too much. But point is, even when I was, in a situation where I couldn't afford much, I have always been somebody who dreamed big. Like I honestly believed that I deserved certain things and I looked forward to either acquiring certain things or getting to that point. And by doing that through, I don't know, like my own doing, or just positioning myself in a place where I'm able to earn a certain amount of money to do what I want or to buy what I want or to have what I want at some point in the future. Now, in case anybody is wondering, like, how do you go from a place of the previous video where you're not making anything to a place where you have some, I don't know, like decent amount of disposable income where you're able to save and whatnot? I'm not going to dictate or tell people how to do that. Okay, everybody walks a different path. I don't want to be somebody who is like, this is how you're going to make money. This series is about if you do find yourself in a place where you are making a lot less and then all of a sudden you're elevated, or it doesn't even have to be a drastic change, but if you're getting to a point where you're making more and more and more, you know, you're officially in a position to do something about your future, if that makes sense. And then this now comes into what do you want for yourself? Now, everybody, wants the basics. You might want to own a home or not. You might want, I don't know, to buy yourself a car or not. It just depends on what you want. You might want to travel. You might want to acquire land. You might want to start a business. It doesn't matter what it is that your dream is. But my point is, it's important to dream big. Okay? It's important to dream big. I am currently 31. I feel like I always have to state my age in these videos just so I can give some people, I don't know, like a better perspective. And if I think back to my 21-year-old self, because I was 21 when I started working, I'm now 31. There are certain things that I wanted to have, certain things that I wanted to do. And honestly, you guys, I surprised, like I believed in myself. I believed I could do it. And it eventually happened. But sometimes you come from a place where you're surrounded by people, okay, who don't have what you are dreaming of. Or sometimes they have what you're dreaming of, but they just feel like you don't deserve what you are aiming for. Like this is very, very common. Like I'm not saying anything that's shocking. Like a lot of people can relate to this where sometimes people look at you like you're delusional. And you might be, okay, you might be, but I'm just here to tell you that I have dreamed about so many things, and at least half of those things have come to be. Like I have surprised myself. I have actually surprised myself. And like I said, like half of the things that I wished for myself, I wanted for myself in the next 10 years, I got half of those things, and even more than, like, even things that I didn't even imagine were possible for me happened. Of course, it wasn't just hard work, it was privileged, it was luck involved, it was, I don't know, like blessings. I'm maybe not say like blessings, it was blessings, like whatever way you want to put it. Of course, some things out of my control. Things just happened. I was in a position where I was extremely fortunate, but some of it also took planning. Okay. And of course there were some things that just didn't happen, and they're like they still haven't happened, and like it's okay, and it's okay for me. Like if they were meant to be, they will happen. But for the most part, there are a lot of things that I hoped, I dreamed for, and they have come to pass, and some have even like surpassed my expectations. And now I'm rambling, I'm sorry, let me get to the point, before I lose you. But yes, if you are someone, like I said, who gets to a point where you're now making somebody, like you're now in that tax bracket that I mentioned at the end of last week's video, where you're in a tax bracket where you can do something about your dreams, be very, very proactive about your thinking. Like, again, I don't know what your dreams is. If you're watching this, I don't know what your dreams are if you're watching this, but whatever it is, if you want to achieve it, if you want to not be that delusional person that everybody looks at and thinks like this person will never get what they want, like they're just overthinking it, like it's beyond their means, or it's beyond their class, it's beyond whatever it is that they think you are. If you actually want to achieve it, like if it's you against the world, like you actually have to plan. Now, I know people who believe in miracle money or breakthrough. Like there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And honestly, miracles do happen. Sometimes something will just pop out of nowhere that you didn't even plan for, and all of a sudden you're sitting on a pot of gold. But for the most part, you guys, life isn't that easy or that fortunate. And yes, sometimes you might overplan and things might not work in your way, but still plan. You're better off planning and doing as much research, putting in as much thought as you can, as opposed to not putting in any thought and then getting constantly blindsided by life. Because I realize that some people do walk through life where they want to have something big. Okay, I feel like I need to pinpoint certain things. Like, let's use some examples so I don't keep sounding like I'm just rambling. Like, if for example you want a car, like you say you want a really, really nice car, maybe this car costs, should I use dollars? Let me use dollars. Maybe it's a $50,000 car that you want to buy. Okay. It costs $50,000 and you want it, and you're like, one day I'm going to own a car. It's one thing to say one day I'm going to own a car, but what are you actively doing to get that car? I know some people are just like, I'll find someone who'll buy me a car, or one day, I don't know, like a miracle will happen, there'll be a breakthrough, and I'll sit on this pot of gold. Sometimes it is within your power to actively work towards that goal. And this is what I have done thus far in my life for all my ridiculous delusional dreams that I've had, and things that I wanted for myself. I have sat down with Excel sheets and honestly, like, just overthought everything. So I think that's like my main tip. Plan and plan and plan and plan some more. Like, this is the one time you're allowed to overthink. If you say you want a particular, and that's something else as well. A lot of people want a dream mansion, they want a dream car, they want to have this huge business, they want to, like they want the thing, but you don't even know how much it costs. Like some of you might just see something and you may not even know how much it costs. when you see those TikToks and memes of people laughing of how like I'm that person who's looking at, I don't know, like real estate and going through and even saving certain like houses that I like as if I'm going to buy them. Like I like like I know it's funny, but I like seeing those people because they are one step in the right direction. Say like it doesn't matter what your dream is. It could be a luxury vacation, like whatever it is. The first thing is find out how much that thing costs, okay, and not just the thing itself. Anything else, like any other costs associated to that dream thing that you want. Write it down. Literally write it down, and then do a very, very, very thorough projection of how much it is that you earn. Like if you don't already have a monthly budget, okay, now is the time to start. How much do you earn? Is it a salary? Is it a business? Whatever it is, where you have money coming in, it could be an allowance, whatever it is. How much do you bring in? How much do you spend? How much are you left with? Like, what are you left for savings or for putting aside? And then assess how long it would take you. Like, honestly, truly, assess how long it would take you to reach your dream. And sometimes you might think, okay, right now I'm making this amount of money. Okay. And if you do, if you slot it into your calculator and it's telling you that it's going to take you 250 years to save up for something that costs $50,000. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, sometimes you might be making that little amount of money. You have to ask yourself, okay, fine. I need to do something or get a better job or a second job or start a side business, whatever it is that I need to do. How much more do I need to put aside to be able to get to this dream thing that I want? Actually plan for it and project it. When you put these things down into perspective, it will really, really open your eyes as to whether this is even possible. And sometimes a dream might be too big in that moment. Maybe later on, you know, you might be in a position where like you can actually confirm that, okay, fine, I'm making slightly more. I can now actively work towards this. Sometimes if you put things down on paper and you're like, I want this by this age or by this time, and you like you look at how much you actually have on you and how much you have access to, and you realize that maybe this dream is a bit too big, or maybe it might take significantly longer to attain this dream. Yeah, like write that down and be very aware of what it is. I don't know if you're following me today. I'm just like, I feel like I'm saying too much, but I hope somebody is following. And let me give you a very practical example. I I'll list one of my dreams for the future. Like all my friends, okay, my close friends and my family know about how it is my dream to own a ranch one day, like when I retire, like that final house that I will live on in my old age. In fact, I won't even be that old because I'm just like when I actually retire from work, I would love to live on a ranch. Okay, I'd love to live on a ranch, and I want horses. Okay, and I want horses, and I did all the math. I found out how much it would like I'm being serious. Like me right now, 31. I was about to say me in my 20s. I keep forgetting I'm in my 30s. I'm 31, but I've had this dream for a long time. I've honestly asked around, like, how much does it cost to build a home? How much are building materials? Like, how much does it cost to build, like, like a ranch house? How much are horses? What does it entail to maintain like I'm being very, very serious. Like in today's money, like how much would it cost now? How much do I earn? Like how much do I need to have at age 55 to have that sort of dream come to fruition? And I realized like, okay, fine, like 35, like 55 looks like it's 25. What, how many years? I mean, yeah, 25 years from now. Like that's a long time, but I need to start working towards that now. Like if I want to be there at 55 and not surprise myself at 55, like, oh, here I am, like I didn't make any plans. I can start now. And I know like that's like a very, very far away dream. But even just the whole ranch full of like horses are expensive. I've even brought it down to two. I want just two horses. But it's something, okay? The same way if I wanted to buy a car, like a brand new car, like how long would it take me to get the showroom car that I want? Like how much am I earning right now? Is this something that I can do in 2 years? No. 5 years? No. Like even like maybe 10 if I want that actual showroom car, because that's how expensive they are compared to how much I make. Like be very, very realistic in your planning. And sometimes when you sit down and you realize that, okay, fine, maybe, like in my case, if I wanted, because right now, like I'm 31, if I said by age of 40, okay, let's imagine I'm 30. If I said by the age of 40, I wanted a ranch and I wanted like a really nice car. Again, these are all very, very superficial things, but I'm just trying to, give practical examples here. If I said I wanted these things by age 40 and I realized that I don't have the current capacity, like even if I worked towards certain things and tried to position myself, it might just be impossible for me to have these things at age 40. It's okay. Okay, to tone down what it is that you want. Again, dream big, like I said, dream big, but sometimes be very, very realistic. That even as you are working towards something, it gives you joy knowing that it's something that is actually possible. Like it's something that you're actually working towards, and you can take and see that, okay, fine, if I just do so and so, like it can happen in 10 years. So it may not be a ranch, for example. It might just be a standard, I don't know, like home, like a cute little 3 bedroom home. I don't know, for me and a very small family, or even just myself. So instead of spending X amount of millions on a whole ranch, maybe it will cost, I don't know, just upwards of 1 million. Okay, and even just the way I'm saying just upwards, but honestly, like again, if you're someone who's serious and you look into real estate, like you will know that yes, like you need at least 1 million to complete a house. And it's not just a house. How are you going to furnish this dream house of yours? Again, I know I'm saying a lot, but I hope somebody is following about how it's one thing to dream, but you have to be very, very practical. Be an overthinker, right? It's not like just try and factor in as many costs as you can so that you're very aware of what it is that you're saving for, if you know what I mean. Same with the car. It could be land, it could be a business. Maybe you want to start some sort of business. I don't know. What do people want to do these days? You could, I don't know. Like commercial, like property is very, very expensive. Maybe you want to own the location of the business that you want to have, like whatever it is, you guys, like look into those costs and start to project how much income you need to make, like how much money do you need to bring in, like how much of your income or revenue, whatever it is that you need to do right now to get yourself to that point, and be very, 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 very realistic, okay, with what it is that you need to do. So yeah, like I said, overthink, overthink, plan, and plan some more. And then even while you are heading towards this future goal, okay, give yourself some small milestones to make you happy. So, in as much as you might realize, look, fine, I'm finally earning a certain amount of money, even when, like, even when you're saving and putting money aside or investing or doing some sort of side hustle to have enough savings to head towards this dream of yours, I think it's important, okay, to celebrate some milestones, or like just reward yourself with certain small things. I don't know if that makes sense, but celebrate the journey along the way. Like, don't think your life right now sucks. Okay, fine. Like, it might not be, the best, but find small joys in your everyday life. Find small joys in your everyday life. I have a friend who, like, should always crack me up about how, like, even if she doesn't have money on that day, or she's like going through a bad month or bad week, like she would buy herself, I don't know, a corn ice cream and sit down and lick that corn ice cream and feel good about herself on that day. Like, find small joys in your everyday life, even as you are dreaming of something big that you assume will make you happy, because 9 times out of 10 you might even get to that point and you realize that excuse me, it's not even the happiness that you are seeking. So don't waste your whole life fighting to get towards something and then miss out, on the trip there. Sorry, you guys. I'm a terrible orator or speaker, or whatever it is that you would want to call me. But I hope, like, you're following. Like, celebrate your life with every small win along the way. If maybe you're saving for this, I don't know, like great grand car, maybe start with something small. Like, see if you can even save up or get to a point where you can buy like a small starter car to get you from point A to point B. Like, that in itself should make you very, very proud. Be very, very proud of that starter car. Same thing if you dream of like the way I want a whole it's about to cast like a whole ranch, not a mansion. I'm not really like a mansion girl. The way I want a whole ranch. If I am able to get to a point where I build a nice home that is my own, that I can live in, and just really really like that in itself is an achievement. Okay, like you know what I let me be honest. Like I like if you know me, if you are new to the channel, like you know that I already own a home. I am proud of that house. It's not like the most luxurious thing, but that in itself is like a huge W. Like it was a huge win for me, and I'm proud of it. It was a milestone that was achieved. At granted with debt and a mortgage, but there's a whole video on that. But point is, like it was something. It was something that was achieved. So I take pride in that, even as I am hoping for something in the future. So point is, I stay grateful in the moment. Yes, it's tough and the like, but if you want to dream big, if you want to dream big, definitely do so. And I think I will end the video here. Like we've gone slightly over 20 minutes. I didn't want to make them too long, but yeah, hopefully you appreciate it. I know I really rambled. I know I said that I would come in the in subsequent videos and be a bit better, but here I am. I'm still waffling. But yeah, I hope you found this video useful. Like honestly, you guys, like I said at the beginning, there have been things that I didn't think I could do. Like it seemed so far fetched, but I still believed in myself. So I was like, that's far fetched, but I'll still believe in it. Like I'll still do it. And people laughed. To this day, like there's still certain things that I say that I want to do, and people will laugh. So people will just despise you or roll their eyes. And like I said, some people just don't think you deserve certain things, but most of the time, when I do end up pulling off something that people thought was ridiculous or the like, or they didn't think I was deserving of it, sometimes it's inspiring. Okay, not just like I'm not talking about the internet, like just people in my real life. Sometimes I end up inspiring people to be not necessarily delusional, but just to enjoy life and embrace it and be good to themselves. Like I am the biggest enabler of blowing money, but sometimes when people think, okay, to a certain extent, like we're kind of raised to be frugal, like, be responsible, this and that, which is true, it's very, very important. But sometimes, when someone sees you have a good time and actually pull it off, like it inspires them to just ease up a bit and be like, you know what, once in a while, I can be good to myself. Like once in a while, I can have experiences and actually like them, or I can buy myself certain things and feel good. Again, happiness cannot be, I don't know, like found in materialistic things, but hopefully somebody is getting what I'm saying here. Like sometimes don't think you're beneath certain experiences or certain things. Like you do deserve, like if you truly believe, you want that for yourself, then don't let anybody tell you that you can't, especially if you are actively working towards getting it yourself. Unless like you're leeching off of other people, like that's something else. Like if you feel you deserve something but you want somebody else to work hard on your behalf to get it, like I'm not making that video. Like I'm not the one preaching that's somebody else's video. I'm talking about where you are actively believing in yourself and actively working towards that. Like yes, please don't let anybody talk to you anyhow. You can do it. Well, you can at least try. But from my experience, all my delusions, or most of my delusions, they have come to pass. I've been so proud of myself. I've had a good time, and I've inspired some people. I mean, of course, there are a few who just remain spiteful, roll their eyes, and they'll get mad that you actually managed to pull certain things off because they felt like, I don't know, like you didn't deserve them. Like that's their business. But for the most part, people end up being happy for me and like, you know what? She actually did it. She actually did it. Yeah. I end up happy for you. And then even like I said, you inspire them to also, be like just be good to themselves and have a good time here and there. But yeah, I will end the video here. Like, why do I keep waffling? And here I am. Like, I have 2 more videos to film today because I waited to the last minute. I know I said I was going to bulk record in part 1. That's how I slept for the rest of the long weekend. That was the beginning of August. But what's the day today? Today is the 8th. It's a Tuesday. Like honestly, I just came home from work. Well, not just came home from work, but like I had a full day's like a full day of work, and here I am recording 3 videos, but I need to, like, I need to, so we can remain consistent in April, in August. Gosh, I'm so tired. But anyways, thank you for watching this video, and I'm off to change my hair. Shout out to Glory Hawkins. Like, she uploaded a video during the weekend about different knotless braids hairstyles, and I was like, thank you for that idea, because I'm not even doing an outfit change. I'm just going to change my hair so that I look a bit different in the thumbnails. But yes, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.